And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the first official third Wednesday on Vintage Craft and Chat. And I am so excited and happy to have my dear friend LeAnne with Crafty Kitty Vintage.
Thanks so much.
The first official. So fun. And I'm super excited about the project that we're working on today, too.
It's a fun little project.
It's adorable. Mm-hmm. And there goes the gardener.
Oh, okay. I don't even hear it.
Oh, you don't? Okay, good. Oh my gosh, it's very loud.
It's probably distracting for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts at 11.
Well, he's been here for probably an hour because I went out and said hello to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's weeding and trimming, but now he's blowing and mowing, and so I apologize, everybody.
Oh, that's okay.
If it is loud. Kathy is here. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, what's going on, Kathy?
Hello.
What are you up to today, Kathy?
I hope you're having a good day. What are you up to, Kathy? What are you doing?
Probably 20 different things.
Yeah. Sorting and organizing.
Yeah.
So those that are coming in have put, and I will periodically put it into the chat as well, but the link to LeAnne's YouTube channel is in the description below. There's a little short supply list. Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
And also, I just linked LeAnne's original video for this cute little project. So she did this, 6 months ago? Or
9 months ago, yeah.
9 months ago. Mm-hmm. So there's a shorter, more condensed tutorial video. So the link for that is below in the description as well if you want to, go back afterwards and definitely watch it. Because we're going to have fun today. We'll probably be off on different tangents today as we're crafting together. So that's a nice condensed video to go back and watch.
Right.
Hi,
okay, Kathy. We'll be in and out multitasking. Good.
Yes.
Get things done.
Good.
Hanging the butterflies you got from Kathy.
Oh.
Not sure what butterfly. Are they just like wall decor butterflies? Like, or what are they? I don't think I saw them.
Yeah, maybe it was a different thing than your sale. Kathy, I just watched, Kathy Picasso Cat, I watched your cute little, or finished watching your cute little video on the little bohemian, the little boho journal that you did, which was so fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I watched some of it too.
Yeah, I love the papers. And what a quick and easy way to put that together with just the strips of paper. I want to try that.
Yeah, fun.
So I'm not sure which Kathy.
Yeah, she has marigold glass, I believe. And so I guess they're decor butterflies.
I bet that's beautiful.
Nice. Yeah.
It was a long time. It was a time ago, but the wonderful thing is it's still out there to keep watching and reviewing and looking at. So that's a good thing. I hope everybody has their tea bags. The interesting thing, I didn't realize, you drink tea and you put your tea bag in, how many different variations there are. Right? Some of my tea bags have this like two-part thing. Well, I guess a lot of them.
Yeah, different brands fold them differently. And I also just found out that I heard that from someone else's video that the tea bag material isn't necessarily all paper. It has a component of plastic in it to make it more durable. And I was a little bit upset about that because I had been composting these. So if there's a little plastic in them, they're not necessarily.
Now I'm kind of feeling mine.
Yeah.
I found that some, and I don't know if my drying technique, because we would just use them and then I'd sit them on a like paper towel or something to dry. But like I even saved some of these that are those square ones, but these were hard to clean. Maybe they have the plastic. I don't know. Some of them are harder to empty.
Yeah.
You have a round one? Oh.
Yeah. Well, some of the beauty of that, Julie, you can work with that if you didn't get all the pieces out. It just adds to if you're making it depends on the look you want, you know.
Yeah,
if you're going for kind of grungy, then it can have little bits of it and it's okay.
All right. Okay, good.
And you can, with the different, and this will probably show up better when I'm doing downscope, but you have different colors depending on the ingredients in the tea. You have some that have more red and also they the way they dry kind of comes up with different spots and things. So you're going to have different looks depending on your tea bag.
Right. Oh, that's what's so cool about this. Yeah. And even the tea bags themselves are different color, right? Some of mine are white. Some of them are more like a brown tone. So
yeah, I have several really grungy ones here in front of me.
Like the deep dive. Well, I guess I should I didn't even let you introduce yourself.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I introduced you because I know you. I feel like everybody else does too.
Yeah. Hi, Amy.
Amy's here. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
I hope everything went well this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little more research in that. So I'll just reiterate what I was saying about the plastic. So one of the tea bag crafter creators that I was just watching recently mentioned that in at least what she knows is that some of the tea bag papers actually contain a bit of plastic. And I had not even considered that would be a thing, a little bit of plastic to keep them more durable, I guess. But I think, I don't know how you can tell. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that. Obviously, you're not going to be able to just feel it. I think it's just like a component in it. Somehow. Yeah. So it's
that is shocking.
Something to look into. But anyway, I was surprised. I thought it was pure paper, 100%. But if you think about it, I guess if it were pure paper, if you soak paper long enough, it's going to break apart, right?
It'll dissolve. Yeah. And there's probably, that's a whole deep, like how people do their tea, right? Because sometimes I know I'm one of those where I'll put my tea bag in my hot water and then I just let it sit in my cup.
And drink it with it there and everything.
Yeah, and just kind of keep, and then then I'll add more water sometimes later. But I know some people, you just leave it in for a little bit and then you remove it.
Right.
So there's a whole different.
Probably some tea purists out there who prefer to do, just the loose leaf tea in a stainless steel strainer and skip the bag altogether. So
I'm not.
Hi, Debs.
Hi, Debs. How are you?
Okay.
Let's see. Kathy said she just Googled and they say to read the label. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not across the board kind of a thing, like the person I heard it from was kind of making it seem, but it is something that is a thing. But anyway, that doesn't affect our project here.
No.
Even better, though, that we're reusing them into a project and upcycling them instead of
Yes, especially if we find which ones do that, then we can turn them into tags, and then now they're into a lovely, beautiful project, and we're not putting them.
And I like to keep the ones with the string. I like that look because it still resembles a tea bag, but I absolutely do deconstruct some of them and use them, and I'll show that when we're downscope too.
In different ways.
Use them flat, but for this project, I personally like to do one with a little tag because it allows you to kind of bend it over a page in your junk journal, that kind of thing. We use it as a bookmark, that type of thing. So
nice.
What you want.
All right. What do you think? Should we downscope?
Sure.
Okay. I was gonna grab something else here. I don't know what I did with that. Okay. Let me do mine in a way that doesn't. Let's see here. Very crooked. I don't know what happened to my. There we go. And I'll make LeAnne big too. How do I do that? I feel like I haven't done this in so long. That way. Oh, it just did it. But you probably want to be
any way you want it. The way you had it was fine with me. Yeah, that works too.
How is it where you're bigger? You know what I mean? So you take up, is there one?
Just that one probably.
Is that the biggest it goes?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh, you know what? I want to very quickly though do one thing because I know I'll forget. I have it sitting here, but I know I'll forget to do this. So let me pull the prompt for this week here before I forget. Whoops, let me just find one. I want to look. Oop. Keep pulling out two. Tickets is this week's prompt. That's so interesting. I feel like usually when I pull them, it's something I'm using the day of, which is always interesting. Okay, this is a fun one. Tickets. I like that word. Debs, weren't you were going to try to get on Instagram, right? I think. How did that go? I think you were. Okay, let me put this up here and then I'll post a picture in the group later. Okay, perfect. Take it away, LeAnne.
Oh, I was just admiring my tea bags. So there's some here like that have some really pretty. So this one obviously had more like organic, like probably fruits or something that leave kind of a reddish purplish stain.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
So we'll probably save that one for a different project. And some of the tea bags, as you can see here, have the string looped through. They omit the staple altogether. Some of the less expensive tea bags will have just the staple, which I quite like. I like the staple on there. So I'll probably use something similar to this in the project. What's I gonna show? So I'll just show here if you're going to use it for another project. Well, here I'm getting ahead of myself. First, I'll show you how to empty out one just in case you haven't done that before. So I'm gonna get my pretty napkins out of the way. So put something under you because it could get a little bit messy. Let me find one that I want to use for this. Use this one. Okay. So yeah, you just dry, lay it out to dry for a while. And then there's a couple different ways you could do this, but I find it's just easy enough to just snip it down the bottom. And then empty it out. And as Julie was saying, sometimes you can't quite get it all out. They might be sticking in there. It's up to you whether or not you want to worry about that. You can just leave it alone. Be there.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Hi. So this leaves you with like two sides. For this project, I'm just going to be gluing them together and making it and just putting my decorative pieces on both sides like that. But there are other projects I saw which were really fun that I'm not going to do today, but I can just show you. You can use these as little pockets and put like different pictures in there.
Oh my gosh, that would be cute.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, you can just have it just like that. But for this project, I wasn't going to do that. But what I will do is I'll even up the bottom of this tea bag so that it's more uniform. Because you see, I had one end that was longer than the other when I cut it. Just like that. I'm going to get rid of the tea. Now, some people just throw that right in their garden. The loose tea. So I like that idea. And excuse me while I find a place to put the tea.
Yeah, that's the other great thing, is that the tea is, you can put in your garden or put in your composter.
Yeah, put it right in your compost. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to worry about if the bag has plastic in it or not. All right. So, oh, thanks,
Hi, K Boots.
Hi.
Hello.
Cute napkin. I don't even want to use this in a project.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my
Bubbles
gosh.
refused to admit she had a problem. Isn't that a cute little cocktail napkin?
Is there 4 sections? Is it 4-sided?
No, unfortunately,
Oh.
that's the image right there. In fact, they cheaped out on this one. Hi, Laura, is it?
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you?
So some of the other napkins I recently picked up, we were just talking, Julie and I, about smaller patterns work really well for this really small project.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to choose a napkin that you wanted to decoupage onto here, you'd want to probably have a smaller pattern, but that's up to you. If you choose a bigger pattern, you can just, see how that works out. Like in fact, I might use that flower here.
So isolating one of the flowers on there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. And then there's others that have like this little bee image. I know I've used that on a project, on the same project before. And it just, whatever suits your style. Here's one with chickens. I find these napkins everywhere I go, and I don't necessarily, we were just talking about this too. Sometimes you'll find an entire pack and you can share them with your friends. If you are out and at a little cocktail party and maybe you just see one napkin, take it with you. It's okay to put it in your pocket and go take it home for a project. I love this one. This one also might be hard to make work for this particular project, but I like this design, this very kind of 80s looking.
That's adorable. Yeah, that would be good for just like a larger tag or a pocket. Oh, that's
yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. And of course, this is fun too. So be on the lookout when you're out, like at Goodwill, thrifting, different thrift stores. Look for something that might work on this small scale. You might already have something like this. And actually, I just realized that I picked a tea bag that didn't have a tag at the top. So I'm gonna, quickly use a different one.
I have this like terrible bag that I shove things. Well, the bag's not terrible, but I just I ball it up and I shove it in there. I should.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of
I'm gonna go. I need to just answer the door real quick with my.
Okay, sure.
I'll be right back.
Instead of finding a whole new tea bag with the tag attached, I'm just gonna take one of my tags that I have sitting aside and I'll attach it with my stapler. Ooh, and some of these, I don't know if you all out there use yogi tea or experience yogi tea, but they have little sayings on them. Oh, I'm sorry, Susie. Sorry you're dealing with not feeling well. Even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I like to save these for my junk journal. Never regret your mistakes. Admire the courage you took to attempt the unknown. I'm going to use that.
Oh, those are cool. Oh, okay. So you saved those from other tea bags?
Yeah.
Oh, how smart.
Or if I'm, just taking these apart and making them into other, using them for other projects. So this is what they look like when if you were to deconstruct the tea bag altogether and like take out the staple, unfold them, and then this seam down the middle comes apart.
Oh, okay.
It's just crimped together. So it comes apart if you just pull it apart. And so you get this. And so then you can use this for, decoupaging on or putting a sort of a grungy layer onto a project where you might want to mute the image a little bit.
Look how cute with the polka dots. So those tea bags have the polka dots in it already?
Sorry, no. This one, I stamped. I was going to mention that. This one I stamped with a stamp. But this is what some of them will look like, as they dry. So you have that really cool grungy look, and then you can put that over, another image for your junk journaling. So that's kind of fun because your image will come through, but it'll give this grungy look. Anyway, I'm going to probably go off topic like that quite a bit.
Well, this is like a deep dive into all things tea bags.
Deep dive, yes.
And I haven't really played with them or crafted with them.
Yeah.
And the options are amazing with something
They're endless.
Simple, right? Endless. Yes. For something that most of us are tossing.
Yes. It looks like Angela has arrived. Hello, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
How are you doing today? Well, and I didn't even show my finished example project.
Oh, yeah. Let me look at that.
So,
oh, that's adorable.
This one is the one from my Alice journal, my Alice junk journal. I'll show it to you. So that was what inspired me to do this project in the first place. I was looking for things like tea related. So that's where that lives. And I also saved the little pocket.
So cute.
So you can, if you want, just glue that in. You could grunge this up or decorate this too, but then you have like this little pocket. This can go loop around the page to the back side if you want. You can see here, I just used a decal, basically, of a little teapot. It's not my favorite look, but it worked.
It matched.
And then I had like this tea-stained paper doily that I used to give it a little texture there. On this side, I just used a rub-on decal of a flower. And here's some like trim that you would use in sewing. You could use a little lace trim, bric rack, whatever works. Another little image there. And on the back, I really like, especially for a junk journal, if you think you might want to use it for a journaling spot or a little place to write. What I did here is I took an antique book page and I gessoed it so that it tones down the print.
Oh, so cute.
And you just glue that on. So I'm going to refer to, probably because it's in my head, to gluing paper together as decoupage, but it's not necessarily that. It can be just gluing. So keep that in mind when I'm going on about or mentioning decoupage. Yeah. So because we were talking about glue stick, you could certainly do all of this with glue stick if you want. But what I like to use mostly is the matte Mod Podge. That's what I've used here. You can put a sealed finish on it. You can leave it as is. It just depends on how durable you want it to be. So you'll need some kind of adhesive medium, even matte gel, matte medium is sometimes used for ATCs and projects like this. It works just like a glue. So before I started getting into junk journaling, I had no idea that you could use something like this matte medium to, assemble your projects. So I'm just going to simply, you can glue stick this part, you can Mod Podge this part, but if you're using one of these tea bags, where you've cut the bottom to empty out the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You can just glue the pieces together. Glue the sides together. I'm not going to worry too much about gluing any more than that. It's just going to keep the front and back together for me.
Okay, so I'm going to take my glue stick.
And like take your glue stick.
Okay.
And just run it in between. And then just glue it together. And don't worry if you have, you know, folds or anything like that. It's all going to be hidden by whatever you're going to put on it.
It just adds to the look. Now, what about, so I glued the two sections. Oh, it actually kind of glues. I was going to say, do we have to put glue, you know what I mean? Like in the tube part? Like
No, don't.
No,
yeah.
it kind of taps it down.
It can, yeah, if it seeps through. But
Right.
if you're going to use something like Modge Podge, that's going to probably seep through that
Seal it
top
up.
layer anyway, and then hold it down for you. Hi,
Margo.
Hello. Hi. So you'll find your napkin that you want to use, and most of you know this about napkins. They are multiply. So at least two. This one might have a third layer here, so I'm going to see if I can use the tape trick.
Mm-hmm. That's the best. That works the best for me.
And so I'm removing that third layer apart. And then if you want to save these for other projects, you can. I sometimes will just use them for a little blotting. The ones that, you know, don't have any image on it, use it to blot things.
Yeah, and for anybody that's coming in late, I just put the link to LeAnne's YouTube channel there in the chat, and then you can also find it in the description. And we also added the link to LeAnne's shorter craft tutorial that's specific to this project that she recorded, so you can go back and watch that too.
So, don't want to, you tell me, Julie, if I'm moving too quickly or
No.
don't make sense, let me know.
No, I think you're doing great. I'm just taking I grabbed a brand new napkin rather than scraps. I have Easter on the mind, so I wanted to grab
yeah,
one of these Easter ones. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I have my little chickens. Sometimes I like to do more than one at a time. It's
that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to line up a couple of them.
Yeah, because they are a small project. You can probably move through them.
I love that idea. Mm-hmm. Have you ever taken, well, you must because you've saved the tops. So have you've taken like the other bags, you know, maybe that didn't have the string and the paper top, and then have you basically created a tea bag that looks that way?
I haven't, but let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to grab one of those.
To make it look like it has
to make it look like a tea bag. Maybe we should try that too. Or not, I mean, it is a tea bag, but the kind that has the cute shape and the little string and
with the string.
Yeah. I'll grab one of those too. It'll be fun. It's like experimenting.
Yeah.
And mine, because of the way I opened them and emptied them, they're a little uneven at the end, so I just cut them. But I guess you don't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just did with mine. Yeah.
So let's see here. So I have one of these square ones. I guess the only thing is they're not very rectangular, but then I guess you could just make them rectangular, right?
Yeah, whatever you want the look
Yeah.
to be. Yeah, I'm going to keep my round one round and just work with it the way it is. And I don't know what it'll end up being. Maybe it'll just be like a little tag that I'll put in a pocket in a journal or something, but
Yeah.
just do that.
I'm seeing what kind of shape I can give mine. So I think I'm going to try to cut this one and then see if I can give it that little shape of the top. I'm going to keep that piece.
Yeah, what I found when I go and cut the tea bag at the bottom is that you end up with a longer tag, a longer tea bag that you would normally envision, if that makes sense. So you can see here, this is one where it's still together. This is one where I just cut the bottom, and you can see how it's much longer.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
If that's okay with you, that's, leave it the way it is. I personally just like to even mine up a little bit at the bottom and sometimes shorten it so that it looks more traditionally tea bag shaped. So again, just however you want your finished project to look. You can also add your decoration, work on it, and then trim it at the bottom if you want to. You don't have to do it in this particular order. Anything is possible, but you can see how we're doing ours and decide if you like that. I'm gonna get rid of that tea.
I love these kind of projects because my mind just starts going, oh, like we were talking about earlier. Oh, you could do this and try that. And
yeah, like, just work with what you have and
never ending. So fun.
And the tea bags, like we were saying earlier, different brands, they're going to be different sizes. So these two are, one's a little wider. This one has the metal staple. That one has the punched through string.
Which I like the staple too. Like you said, I think that's cute.
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to use a little plastic under me, and I'm going to go ahead and tape it down so it doesn't move when I brush on my Decoupage medium, my Modge Podge.
Oh, let me grab, I have another bag. Grab it. Grab this one.
I'm definitely going to be making a chicken tea bag. Let's see. I want to put the chicken on there. Put the chicken on that one. Cut this down so it's a little easier to work with.
Are you a ripper or a cutter with your napkin?
Oh, well, depends on if
question, huh?
Yeah, I've done both actually. I feel like I've done both. Sometimes sometimes it's easier to rip. I'm gonna put a flower on the round one. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and I'm just cutting it down just because the entire one is gonna consume my work area. But I prefer to not, you're not gonna be trimming it to size to fit exactly at this point. It's much better, in my opinion, to lay down your Modge Podge or glue or whatever you're going to use, then place the napkin on it.
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
then trim around it.
And then trim around it. Good
Yeah,
idea.
because then it's
Okay.
going to stay where it needs to stay, and you're not going to, your edges aren't, yeah, you'll see.
And then do you like for like your, I guess that doesn't matter either, like your napkin image, do you put it like my tea bag has this very folded um kind of top to it. Would you put your napkin on the flatter side, or would you keep that for your journaling
I
side?
find that it doesn't matter too much, but if you think that that's going to get in the way of your image that you want to be front and center and like,
Maybe do it on the
then
flat
do,
side.
yeah, do your book page or whatever journaling area, have that be on the back. It just totally depends. I don't think it's going to matter too much, to be honest. But
That's another good experiment.
yeah, we could experiment with
Another
that.
good thing to test.
Yeah.
That's
How about I'll do one that way with
Yeah, I will too.
it with the book page over that, and one without. So I'm going to start. And you know what? You were asking me about brushes. I really need to invest because I'm just kind of using whatever I have here. Because you can see I have this 3/4 inch brush, but it has a very long bristle. So it's actually not the best to use for this because I don't know. I feel like a shorter bristle would be better. Another option is a sponge brush. That's what I tend to go towards mostly because I have a lot of them right now. I've thrifted some recently, but if you don't have that, definitely use a different brush that you do have. You could even, Julie, to be honest, I've just used my hands. I've just used my fingers. I've applied it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm that person.
Which is our hands and our fingers are sometimes our best
Yeah.
crafting
Sometimes it
tool.
can be messy, but it's okay. It's okay to be messy when you're crafting.
I'm all about being messy.
And if you're uncomfortable, yeah, but some people might be uncomfortable with that. And so absolutely do what you're comfortable with. So.
Yeah, I was doing something last night with Fabri-Tac, and I wanted it, so I squirted it out, but then I wanted it was not even. So yeah, in comes the best tool, the finger.
Yes, best tool, exactly.
I know they have like the like those silicone spreaders and all that, which I do not have.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited about this. This is adorable.
I'm going to use this anyway.
Okay, so I have my Mod Podge, so I can just lay it over the top. Well, I might go this way. I might do it backwards. Let me see.
Yeah, just a thin layer of the Mod Podge. Don't want to get, for me, I don't like to get too wet with it because then your napkin might rip a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just put my chicken there. I did it a little off center. I like that look personally. And I'm just going to flip to the back and put on some. Oh, actually, I should trim that before I put on the book page. Let me trim this.
Okay, so you're going to trim it. I'll trim it.
Yeah, because if I put the book page on, then I'm losing the side of my edge.
Yeah, and then it gets really difficult to trim it when you can't see the middle any longer.
Exactly. So again, because I went light with the Mod Podge, I'm not too wet, so I can definitely go ahead and trim without worrying about getting too much mess on my scissors. That's just my little tip. And then I'll put page.
Also, I was thinking when you were talking about napkins earlier, the last time I went out to visit my parents out in the desert, I was mentioning to my stepmom about napkins, and she's like, "Oh, let me see what she has." So if you have, what I have, if you have family or friends that entertain a lot and
Exactly.
love, because she loves napkins too, and it was so fun. She's like, "Here," I mean, I think I came home with like 4 or 5 different napkin
Yeah.
prints that were new to me, and it was so fun, right?
Yes.
So
Well, that's why, last year when I really started crafting with napkins, I was excited about the idea of a napkin swap
yes,
because
which
I
I
didn't
still
want
think we should do.
to, I didn't, have these packs of napkins, and I wanted to share them with people that I thought would also enjoy them. And then I could also benefit from getting a few that I didn't have. So
I think we
that's
should
a
pick
good
up
idea.
that topic again.
It's much easier when you have like a neighbor who has cocktail parties, and you save the rest of the napkins from the parties, and then you never use them again because that theme has passed, and right,
Exactly.
or you find something new that you want to use. So.
And long before I was crafting with napkins, I was a little bit napkin obsessed. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so inexpensive, Tuesday morning, TJ Maxx, whatever.
Yes.
And so I've always been one of those people for holidays or little family get-togethers and stuff. I love having probably from my stepmom, because she's like that too, but I just like having little cute napkins. So I already had quite a stash of just ones I bought for parties and things
Right. Yeah.
that I dug into before I started buying them specifically. And if you're having a party and you run short, you can go get in your
That's
crafty drawer,
right.
pull out some napkins.
That's right. Yeah, I don't do fancy napkins in general. I just Angela, I don't either. Because I don't have cocktail parties or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't say fancy, but I love a cute napkin. I love
for sure.
I love a deck. Like, in fact, these, I think, this is such a cute print. It's little tiny like moths and butterflies. I had bought these for a little party get together or something.
Neat.
And I already had those. Those have been in my drawer.
Amy asked about my scissors, and they're not, they actually are very nice. They came in a 3-pack with 3 different sizes, and I think this is the largest. They're actually from Temu. I got them a couple years ago. So yeah, I think that they have been pretty nice. And they have this like interesting finish on them. So yeah, they work. I don't mind using them and getting a little glue on them. I wouldn't probably use my fancy cutter bees
Well, I was just going to say, I've been sitting here using my cutter bees, and
you could, but when I'm going to trim after where I've just put my Mod Podge or glue, then you're going to get them messy. So keep that in mind, but it happens.
Here I am doing one at a time. Oh, well. Like, so much for assembly line. That's funny. Maybe I'm not an assembly line gal.
Well, with the way that it dries, you kind of sometimes work quickly.
Yeah.
I do like a good mass make assembly line type project. Definitely.
I like the thought of it. But then I find I start just honing in on one thing at a time. I don't know. Maybe my brain works different. I don't know. That's interesting.
No, it makes sense. So yeah, I could just go around, and I think I will. I'll try that with this one. Go around and just rip the edge. Sometimes I find when I'm ripping, I accidentally rip into where I don't want to take the napkin away. So
Yeah.
just kind of pay attention to your edges.
It is kind of forgiving, though. I have had it where I've ripped into the image, and then once I glue it down, you can't really tell, right?
Right. Yeah. And sometimes you can layer something on top of it. Or,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I definitely have done that too. I've layered and kind of collaged with napkins before.
Right.
They're such a great medium. In fact, last night I was working on a project with a napkin, and I didn't even, I actually just used, I think I just used glue stick, and I didn't Mod Podge it or Mod Podge over it. So almost like treating it like making a little die cut in a way. I just glued it to a piece of cardstock.
Yeah.
So that's a great, they really are. Napkins are such a great craft supply.
Mm-hmm. I agree. They're one of my favorites. It's a go-to in my junk journals. If I'm not sure what to do with a page that might be kind of plain and it needs a fun background, I'll just slap a napkin on it. And then you can, and it doesn't add a lot of weight, because it's very thin and
thin, lightweight. And two, I don't know what, I never could differentiate the type of printer from one to the other, but I don't have the type of printer that if you do a printable, that it, it's not water.
Me too.
It can run, right?
Me too. Yes, I have that problem with those things. Yeah.
And that's why napkins are so great, because they don't run, right? We can Mod Podge them. And so it's almost like having a piece of cardstock or something that's not going to run and change with water. So I think that's what's nice about it too.
Exactly. Yes.
And they're so inexpensive, really.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively.
Yes.
Oh, what's that? Oh, that's that. Where's this top? I was trying to put the Mod Podge top onto my glue stick. It had Mod Podge.
Oh,
That's not good.
That won't fit.
I think Amy was saying the same thing about assembly line.
Oh, I was going to ask Susie, tell us what you said. Doctor just called you. It looks like you missed a lot. What happened? Oh, you missed a lot of the project that we're working on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully you got good feedback from your doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have one. So
let us know, Susie, if you have any questions. I can definitely show something that I did.
Yes. And we're kind of experimenting a little bit
That's how I work.
About because you have the the one side that's folded, and what is best to put your napkin image on versus if you want a writing space.
You can see here I had it facing up. I had this folded edge facing up, and I put my napkin over it. You can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. In fact, I think I put mine, now I can't remember. I think I put my napkin on the flat, and then I just grabbed like an old piece of, not even coffee dyed, like what do I want to say? Like just like a real little writing tablet. It almost looks like vintage paper.
Oh, yeah.
And I put that on the side that had the fold. And again, same as you, I can't even feel it.
Yeah.
It's very flat. Okay, so this one I'm going to do, on the rougher side.
And here you can find. I forgot to glue stick these two sections together, so I'm just going to throw some Mod Podge in here and glue. So there's more than one way to do this for sure.
Very forgiving. Mm-hmm. And even thinking about, if you make one from scratch, oh my gosh, you could use like cute ribbon, in making the little.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you don't have to save
gosh. But I mean, you could, but
That's a
you know,
great
if you had
idea.
one that didn't have that, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, little ribbon scraps, lace,
that's a
then
great
you could go,
idea.
you could even do rickrack. I mean, you could just go so many directions with this
Hmm.
one cute little project. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I've done it twice this way. I found that I Mod Podge the tea bag, and then I actually turned my, because you can see through your napkin, so then I turned my napkin over to the back side and then laid my tea bag on it.
Yeah.
I just discovered that. Oh, let me share too. I want to share because I'm so crazy. I showed LeAnne already, but if you guys are looking for, because I've had a really hard time the last couple of years. I've been looking for Easter napkins, at least for a year or two, with small prints. But I went to TJ Maxx yesterday. I kind of overdid it. I bought 4 packages.
Oh, you can.
Oh wait, yeah. Let me make
Yeah,
myself big.
switch your layout.
Oh my gosh, they have the best.
Yes.
So this is the one I'm using right now, but look how cute that is.
I love the chick. So
They're
sweet.
so cute. Yeah, it has chick, it has eggs, it has the bunnies, has a little duck. And I'm always, I like bigger napkins too, but I think my favorite is things that have small images and that you can isolate part of it. You know, you can cut out the duck and the bunny, and then look how cute this one is. So this has, and the bunny's in different, it's standing, it's sitting. It's like in different poses. So you can get, and you can even come in here and just use the flowers, and it's not an Easter.
Right.
Not an Easter thing. I love this one too. And then I can't wait. Oh, in fact, maybe I'll open this. I love just to come in and use the nest here, which is doesn't even really scream Easter, but look, there's so many different images.
Yeah, I love it.
And then this, and then even this one too, it's Easter. Let's see. So it has the rabbits, but it's very toile-like, kind of French country. Which bunnies, a lot of people, you know, like the bunny imagery, even when it's not Easter. So to me, that's kind of neutral. But to find something that has, you can just use the butterfly, you can use the florals, but these are so great.
I love that. Those were a great find.
Yeah, great find considering I've looked online, I've looked on Amazon. I've like,
I know.
oh my gosh, I've been hunting, and then to find, and there were a couple more that I thought were really cute, but 4 was kind of pushing it because again.
Sometimes we have to make choices, right?
Yeah. Well, it takes a long time to go through, but I'm going to be mailing some to LeAnne.
Yeah.
The
I love a napkin swap. I love
yes.
it. Thank you for sharing.
These are good.
Yeah.
Aren't they good? Yeah, they're so good.
You're good.
Oh, hi, Terry. Terry came in. I missed.
Hey,
Let's see.
Terry.
I'm gonna miss
Hi,
somebody.
Melissa. Oh, wow.
Oh, we also missed Denise. Denise came in. I
Oh
hope I
my
didn't
gosh,
miss.
Denise. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Denise. And hi, Terry. I hope you're both having a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're here. This is fun. Now, question: Is anybody crafting along with us? I'm always curious on Thursdays
No.
if people just. I love to just sit and watch people craft. Frankly, I find it so relaxing. In fact, I always that's what if I have trouble sleeping or I wake up and or I just want to relax, like I'll put somebody that's crafting that just has a nice relaxing voice. And
I've definitely done that.
yes.
Do you find I find this lately that I need to have I think of a craft project in my mind. Things that I want to work on as I'm falling asleep, just to kind of keep me from getting into some other thoughts that I might have more anxiety about, so that I can relax. I think about crafting.
Yes, I totally do. And I'm one that seldom remembers my dreams. But now the funny thing is I should have written it down because now I can't tell you what it was. I have no idea. Like I should have a little pad of paper. But recently I was dreaming about something I wanted to make. And then I like woke up. So it was like in the morning. I must have been dreaming about it before I woke up. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, what a great, like, what a fabulous idea. But I didn't write it down. I don't even know what it was. But I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. That's so good. I should have written it down.
I always think, I could just do a little voice recording on my phone but my brain, when I wake up, is not going to be thinking about how do I find that app on my phone?
No, I don't even know where it is. Do we even have? See, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Tell you how much I don't know.
Yeah.
So funny. I wouldn't even be able to find like my notes thing.
Yeah.
I don't think easy on my phone.
Yeah. Maybe a little Post-it or a scrap of paper is the best.
I'm one that writes a million notes in a million different notebooks. And it's so, I do have like idea books, but I have multiple of them. I really need to sit down and go through because I'm guilty of like just grabbing one of the notebooks and then I'll write notes, for a Thursday or, things I want to talk about or remember. And then I start writing a book I shouldn't be writing in.
I try to go to my little, that's why I try to have like a little planner. So you can see this is what I'm working with right now and try to keep my notes there. But sometimes there's not enough room, but I just tend to not write that much, to be honest.
I
found this cute little planner that looks like a sardine can.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I specifically went for it because I thought after I'm done with it, I can use it as a glue book.
Yes.
So glue pages, glue things into it.
That's the cutest. In fact, Taylor, I don't know, she has an affinity for fish. For some reason, she loves fish. She loves painting fish. She's put, maybe because of Jim. Jim's like a fisherman. Maybe osmosis. I don't know. That's like one of his favorite things to do. And so I've bought her a lot of like little sardine, like little bags and things that have sardines or fish imagery.
Right.
That's so cute.
Is she familiar, do you know, with the brand Fish Wife? It's a tinned seafood and fish company, food company.
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
It's called Fish Wife.
I'm going to write it down.
I think Bridget is familiar with it probably because she's worked with them or for them in her marketing work that she does. So she's ended up with some of their products, and it's really, how do I explain it?
Is it food? No, not food.
Yeah, it's food. Fishwife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they have a lot of their packaging is very cute. Has kind of arts, kind of an folk art look to their packaging. Okay. Yeah.
I'll ask her when she gets home.
So since she likes fish and fish images, I wondered if she was familiar with it. I would not have known anything about it if not for my daughters.
If Bridget hadn't mentioned it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to ask her.
She's kind of into it.
Okay, I have two made.
So on this one, I just kind of reattached a tag to the string just because that's what I wanted to do. I'm going to preserve this saying on the back, probably do some inking and kind of tone down the of it. On this side, I'll go ahead and cover this up, the brand name. Right, exactly, Angela. I know.
Is it? I see. I don't know. Is it not a good? What is it? I'll have to look it up.
I think if you.
I mean, Nate is so sweet. He always has such cute, endearing nicknames for people. So I'm sure it's not anything.
I feel like I don't know Angela very well because I didn't know there was a Nate. Who's Nate?
You don't?
I know who Nate is. I thought it was maybe her partner or something in real life. As I was like, who's Nate? I forgot all about our friend Nate, like from New Zealand. New Zealand.
He always has right? Yes, yeah, and he always has
that's who she means. Yeah, so I'm a ding dong. I was thinking
unless it's like a joke between the two of you or something.
Yeah. I think that's probably a term of endearment.
That's what I think too.
And maybe that is a term. Let me Google that. Fish.
Yeah, no, I'm curious. We all have to look it up. So, he does it when you're nagging him. Okay.
A woman who sells, literally a woman who sells fish is the traditional Wikipedia term. She's typically the wife of a fisherman, obviously, selling her husband's catch, but in other sources of fish, but other sources of fish have been used. Some fishwives and daughters of fishermen were that their wares were highly perishable, were notoriously loud and foul-mouthed. That's why why he's being silly and calling you a fishwife.
Are you foul-mouthed?
Fishwives and daughters of fishermen were notoriously loud and foul-mouthed. I didn't know that about you, Angela.
Yeah. We're learning something new. That's so funny.
That is Nate is hilarious for coming up with that one. That's a good one.
I like that. Yeah, brother and sister fight.
Maybe there's an inside joke to the founders of the Fishwife. Yeah. I'll have to ask Bridget when she's here about that.
Oh, I love that sometimes you're annoying just to mess with Christy. And then does Christy not like it? And she'd be like, stop it. Stop it, you two.
Foul-mouthed is right, she said.
Oh my gosh. It's not really a change of subject.
News to you?
Oh no, I was watching, it popped up on my channel, Katie's new apartment. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit.
Oh my gosh, her previous apartment was amazing and just how she has it decorated.
Yeah.
But she's moving to like a 3-bedroom. It's just gorgeous. What a beautiful space.
Wow, I bet. Her taste is impeccable.
So beautiful. And all her amazing collections. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. All right. I went to my cutter bees. I am having a lot more success because they're more precise.
Right? Yeah. And they're not super spendy.
I know. I just worry about getting them.
I mean, mine don't. I kind of I cut everything with them, maybe except for fabric. If it's fabric,
Okay.
I use, but I do cut things with glue that has glue on them.
So here, like when it's not quite totally dry, I do go back and just check my edges between my book page and the tea bag, and just kind of maybe feed a little glue. I have been known to use some of my glitter glue in that respect too, and you can do this later too. It doesn't have to be before it's totally dry, but just get in there and get those edges if that's something that you worry about.
Oh, good. I'm going to go back and do that on mine.
You can do it now or later, whenever works for you.
Oh, no, Angela, I will be praying for her. Is it from the move? From moving things?
Oh,
That's too bad. Hi, honey.
probably. And hopefully not anything. Hopefully not anything detrimental or permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might as well create a museum, Kathy. That's right. You know, when you think about it, our homes, the homes of collectors, are a bit of a museum,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like a personal one.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I have so many napkins, and in that bag, I just want to craft. I want to craft with the new ones. I just like.
Yeah.
They just excited me.
Probably a good idea maybe to schedule a time, or this is what I thought of for me, because I have a similar bag. It's not quite as full, but just sit down and go, okay, I'm going to use up this, you know, like a master board, or do something where I'm just going to slap it all down. But
And I use napkins with my. I use napkins to make handmade gift tags for my Etsy orders.
oh, yeah.
So I tend to, you know, but it does take a long time to use up a singular napkin. But
Yeah. But that's
so
good
that's
that you
what
have
I do too.
the little scraps, because they're already cut down, and yeah, it's great.
And I don't use I'll just use a little piece of it. I don't I use book page, and so it's kind of like a little tiny masterboard. You know, I'll take dictionary, and then I just take the little image and kind of rip around it and then glue that on. So I'm not even using, so therefore it does take up a long time.
Right.
To use up a napkin. I don't know that I've ever even used up a whole napkin yet. I have some I've been working on for a couple years, you know, seasonally.
Right. So on my tags here, I've used kind of a central image from my napkin. If you didn't, and you had just a smaller background, you can then decide if you're going to bring in something that either you cut out or might have a sticker. Excuse me. Oh,
Oh, bless you.
If it turns into a sneezing fit, I'll have to mute. Sometimes it does that.
That's me almost every morning when I wake up. I just sneeze. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So I say I have like a little thing of little images. I'm trying to be organized here, but little things that I might want to pull from for a project like this. So, you know, like a little stamp. Postage stamps would be good for this too, because they're small.
That would be so cute on the little, what is that called? I don't know what it's called. Tab? I don't know what that's called.
What's called?
This little thing. What is this? Is there like a name, official name?
For the tag on the tea bag?
Tag. Oh, there you go. Tag. Is that what it's called? Tag?
Yeah, tag. Yeah, that's what I could do here. I could put a postage stamp. That's a good idea. Do that. I'm going to mute for just a sec.
I hope everything went well, Amy. I was thinking about you on Tuesday. I hope it went well.
Oh, Amy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know you've been going through some stuff, Amy.
Oh, we missed Maritza. Maritza came in.
Oh, I saw her.
Oh, you did?
She
Oh, I
said
missed her.
hola.
Hi, Maritza.
Hola, Marita.
Hola, hola.
Yeah, Amy, I know I've been dealing with some headaches that have put a damper on a lot of stuff. So I know it's hard sometimes to just sit and keep your head up and like literally when you're in pain like that. So I understand. And that must be so hard. You're welcome, Susie. Hi, Nettie. How are you doing?
Hi, Nettie. How are you?
Let me get my stamps. Where are they? I have so many. I haven't gone through them all. Oh wait, I even set aside here. I have a small container. Let's go to that instead. Yeah, I'm looking forward to, well, here. I'm trying to change my language. I kept saying I'm looking forward to when I don't have headaches and I can do more things. That may not happen. So what I'm trying to do instead is tell myself I'm going to do as much as I can do right now and not necessarily wait for a time. And
That's really positive. That's I think that's a really good affirmation, right?
right. Well, I'm learning that. I'm in this pain class, chronic pain class. And that's one of the concepts that we're discussing.
Do you go in person? Is it like a group?
It's online. It's
Okay.
not through the headache clinic. They put me in touch with them, and so it's just a video group therapy type thing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Plus, it's nice too to. Are you able to then interact with the other people attending? That's nice too, because you can relate to each other, and that's a nice thing.
There's so many people out there living with chronic pain.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's strange. My husband had such chronic back pain for a lot of years, and then it just kind of went away. Probably he had lost quite a bit of weight. I don't know if that's what did it, but
yeah, Kathy, I see my dentist twice a year, and isn't anything coming from my mouth so far. That is probably safe to rule out. What do I want to do here? So I did go over the napkin on a couple of these with the Mod Podge. That's sort of up to you if you want to seal it with that, or just leave it.
Oh, okay. And maybe I'll do one and one not.
Yeah.
I'm swirling with trying to find stuff to put on mine now.
Yeah, it's
oh my god.
Stamps, stickers, transfers, images, words. I have these words are always nice to put a little sentiment on.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Any ideas? Yeah. Yeah, I had my wisdom teeth out later in life. I think it's been 10 years now, probably. Now I feel like I don't have very many teeth. My orthodontist took out other teeth and left my wisdom teeth.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then later, as the wisdom teeth failed, because they don't grow as strong as their other teeth. That's what was explained to me, at least. Then I had to lose those teeth. So now I'm like, how many teeth do I have left?
I didn't have wisdom teeth.
Yeah, some people don't have them.
Some people don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim and the kids all have all 4, but I never had them.
Oh, hi, Apple. Thank you for watching on your TV while working.
Hi, Apple.
Oil-free spray is awesome. Yep. Topical. Find the topical things that work for you. There's some CBD rubs that are great too. Balms, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all that stuff really, really, really helps.
And you know what? As much as people like to keep it to themselves because they worry about, seeming like they're complaining or they're weak or they're, dwelling on it or all of those things, I think it is better. I mean, if in moderation, better to talk about it because you do get tips and tricks and advice from people that you might not have gotten before. You might have heard that before, but you might not. So I think it's good to talk about it and get support from your friends and your community. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like if you keep something and you're just trying to deal with it, it almost like, I don't know, does it give it more power? You know what I mean? When you like put it in, and it sometimes can control you.
Yeah,
more than to kind of let it out and
let it out. Get some ideas and then move along because sometimes it can get too wrapped up in. Oh, look at this! I have some stamps from Monaco.
Ooh, those are beautiful.
What to do? I don't know how I'm going to use those. But
see, now I'm getting bogged down because I have all these little ones like to put on one.
Yes,
like,
they're so cute.
Like, what do I want to do? Book page. Of course, I love your idea with the gesso. I could go grab it, then that's a whole other thing. Oh, I know. Let's see. Let me find.
So I'm not going to add any more Mod Podge because I want to do a little inking around the edge. So I'm going to let those be for now and then decide, am I going to add a string to this or a ribbon? I think I might do that. Ribbon. Where are you, ribbon? I need to organize my ribbon hoard like you've been doing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I still need to video it, but I'm gonna let you guys know because a lot of you were hanging out with me in the live. Guess what?
What?
It all fit in the drawer.
Oh, wow.
Remember how Annie, right? Were you there when she said, she's like, oh, some of it's seasonal. You could separate off the seasonal. And then of course that gave me a total out for not having to like get rid of anything. And I'm like, oh, great idea, right? So then I'm thinking, okay, I'll take this whole box that's Christmas and seasonal, and then I can put it in another drawer, even though that was not what I wanted to do at all, but it was totally enabling me. But I moved because everything's all stacked. I moved everything around and it all fit.
Oh,
I'm like so shocked because that was so much. And I thought, oh, I just have, but like I moved, I put some like moved them around like different
yeah.
directions and I stacked things. I think I actually, I think one, two, I might have like switched up what was in one box to another, but everything fit. So shocking. I'm so happy.
Awesome.
I don't have to get rid of any of it. I'm like, yay.
Woohoo.
Not that I need an excuse to keep things, but
That's great.
I mean, I don't need an excuse to keep anything. I don't need to be keeping how much stuff I have, but that was
That's
very
awesome.
shocking.
So I wish that I had thought of adding this before, but I think what I'll do is, because this isn't very thick, I think I'm just going to add another book page to cover that up.
On the back side, let me see what, oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. I
thought that would be pretty with the baker's twine. So yeah, I'll do that. I don't know what I'll put on the end. Maybe I'll just tie it, a little knot or something like that.
Yeah, isn't that great, Terry? Oh my gosh. I was like shocked. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, it all fit. It all fit. And that was even after, so after I got off with all of you, I, took those bags of the ones that I needed to take off the rolls and make smaller and all the woven, like all that gold and red stuff, trim. And so I did all that. And
Nice.
it is, I mean, that I would say that is my biggest takeaway from organizing, consolidate, moving things around is because I'm a total shover. I'll pick up a bag at the thrift store or estate sale or something, and then I just shove it. I just shove the Ziploc bag in the ribbon drawer.
Yeah.
And I have reclaimed and found so much extra space. That's amazing. Shocking.
That is great.
Really shocking. Because you look in the drawer and you're like, oh, it's super full. Like you can't possibly fit another thing. But once, you take things off of rolls or, whatever, you just bring order to things.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the most surprising. I'm just very surprised.
That's nice. I call it squirreling. I'll bring something. Yes. I'll squirrel it away.
I'm totally that way. I mean,
I'll hide it for later.
Yes. We have this really odd shaped counter cabinet thing in our kitchen, like right when you walk in the kitchen, like on the right hand side. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it probably not since we've lived here, but I could see where there's the metal pieces where you would put, what am I trying to say? Where you could put shelves. Mm-hmm. You know how they have like sometimes there's like a metal bar with the little circles and then you put the little pegs in there. So there's never been shelves in there since, when we bought the house, but obviously at some point, or you could. But so there are these really tall, and it's the kitchen, but that's where talking about squirreling, I have like plastic bins, and that's where I keep a lot of my decor, like holiday decor or stuff for like tiered trays or that kind of stuff. I keep it, but it's the kitchen. But that's where I keep that stuff. It's my dirty little secret.
Dirty little secret.
Yeah, that's total squirreling right there.
Yeah, squirrely, squirrely, squirrel. All right, getting my ink out. I feel bad taking up the majority of the screen since I'm not really doing too much instructing right now.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna so part of this idea I had about doing third Thursday and having other makers on and, people getting to know and experiencing the wonderfulness of other creators and makers. But I also came up, so let me look. I also wrote down some questions that I thought would be fun,
Oh, good.
as people came in. So let me look.
I like
I
that
wrote
idea.
these down a long time ago. So let me see which one.
I love that.
Okay, here's a good one. And then people too that are in the chat, you can put in as well. So here's the question. How does creating make you feel? How does creating make you feel?
Wow.
That might be
That's
like
a neat question.
like a deep question.
I think it makes me feel powerful.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And yeah, accomplished, I guess, or purposeful.
Oh, LeAnne, I love that. Powerful,
Purposeful.
accomplished, and purposeful.
Yeah.
Ooh, that gives me chills. I have to write that down. I just love that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I will try the peppermint essential oil. I've always loved that, Amy. I love peppermint tea. I find it very relaxing. And of course, it's great for your digestion. So I'm going to show you what I'm working on. I inked around the edges, which really helps kind of give it more of a finished look, kind of hides any imperfections in your cutting edges, whatever. And then you can see how this is the page. I personally like to use my old antique book pages, and I put gesso over it before I do this project. And so that it's kind of white and tones down the words so you can actually write over them if you'd like. This one is probably could use more gesso. But if you ink around the edges with some vintage photo or sepia, something like that, it can kind of age the paper for you even more. Get that stark white to be toned down a little bit. Creating makes me feel free because there's no limit. Yes, that's kind of how I feel with the powerful. It gives me control. So, yeah.
So beautiful.
That's similar to what I was thinking, Amy.
So wonderful.
And then the flip side, Amy, yes, because sometimes, and Julie knows that I've been struggling with this, where the choices, the decisions, the overwhelm with all the supplies and things like that can sometimes get in there. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we've all been there too. We probably all experience creative block from time to time. I know I definitely have.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't last too long. Sometimes it can feel like it's your new normal.
Exactly.
But if you're sitting down, because I've experienced this in the last year, you're sitting down and it's creating more problems for you, and you just need to step away from it. Just let it go and come back to it another time.
Yes.
Be okay with that. So.
And sometimes I found too, like I get in my head too much. And I have found that, I definitely walking away has been really helpful. And then look at it with fresh eyes later. And also too, when I feel really stuck, just sitting down and just doing something. Like it could be something like this, just very, relaxing, just doing sometimes brings back that like muscle memory in a way of doing it.
Something that's not too much pressure where you have to complete a project, like just like a coloring book or something where it's just mindless.
Playing. Yeah, like you don't really need to come up with something that's complete or finished, but you're just playing. You're just, and sometimes that will get me
I
out.
like that idea of playing. And, you know, who
Mhm.
uses that term a lot is
Yes, it's my new
Possum Patty.
favorite.
Possum Patty uses that term playing a
Oh,
lot. And
does
I like
she?
that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're going to just play a little bit. And
exactly. We're like playing in it. It's like kind of that back to childhood, right? Coloring in your coloring book or playing, you know,
yeah,
like making mud pies
takes the
or
pressure off a
whatever,
little bit.
right? Yeah, total pressure. There's no, yeah, and
Mhm.
really creating, there shouldn't be any pressure, you
We
know.
put it on ourselves.
Exactly.
It's okay. So here the little tag was kind of too white for my liking, so I kind of toned it down with my ink. I think the ink really kind of brings it together. I mean, depends on, you know, the look that you like. But you could use black. You could use vintage photo. You could use a marker. And then something I've been doing on sometimes with my junk journals with when I use baker's twine and it has that white um, too new look, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
knock down the white with the ink as well. Just put it right on there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And the tea bag itself, if you save the string, will often already have some staining on the cotton string. So that's kind of fun. So I think I'll add some words to this chicken one. Let's see if I can find some good words.
Let's see. Angela says that creating gives her joy. I'm not thinking about other things and it's distracting to kind of relieve your stress. I totally agree as well.
That's good.
Totally agree.
When you can get into what you're doing and really find
Mhm.
your mojo and your zen, sometimes, and maybe it's a chronic pain thing, like with
Mhm.
what Amy was saying, sometimes it can do the opposite. It kind of depends on where you're coming from and gotta just work with it. But yeah, when you are in the zone and you're finding joy and it's taking you away, it can be so therapeutic.
So this is a great topic too. So Margot is saying that so she said discovery, and then she said
Oh,
she never felt she was artsy or crafty.
so you just feel a sense of discovery.
Discovery. I love
That's
that.
really neat. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, and it's reflective in her the work that I saw her post something recently. It's very I don't know how to describe it. I mean, we all have our different style in creating, and Margot, is a particular style with decor pieces. There's some definite Victorian influence. I
Is
see.
that on Instagram?
Oh, where did you post, Margot? I'm trying to remember. Was it just on YouTube? Let's see. Vintage. Go. How do I look? How do I look you up? Let's see.
I found her. Oh, I'm going to show. Is it okay if I show Margot? Some of
Vintage
your
peep
beautiful.
show.
Let me see. Did you paint this? Oh, I think this is one. Is that okay, Margot? I just want to make sure before.
Where are you? Instagram or
Yeah,
YouTube? Okay.
I'm sure she won't mind. She posted it to
She won't
Instagram.
mind.
So gorgeous. I love sharing. Here, let me make myself bigger.
Yeah,
So
I was just
beautiful.
floored when I saw that and I thought, what? You're not artsy and craftsy? Yes, you are.
Look at that. Gorgeousness. Right? I think you painted
Yes, there you
in
go.
decoupage. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Isn't that neat?
Look at that. And then did
Yeah,
you do that as well?
that's
That's
so great.
stunning.
Margot, I hope you're still in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
You are a creator, a maker. You're all
Yes,
that. Look
you're
how
all those things.
beautiful. Look at the heart. Is the heart is that dimensional? I
It
think
might be
with
something she
metal.
glued on there.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's stunning. It's kind of
Yeah.
not.
So you're taking pieces, I'm assuming that you have, and you're making them better, you're upcycling them, you're adding your touch.
Look at that. Ooh, speaking, is that, oh, I almost thought it was a fish. It's an owl. I like have fish on the brain. Look at
She
that.
said, yeah, it was a little charm that she added.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
just
See?
beautiful.
I
Look at
love
that.
that. So many times those pieces are passed up in the thrift stores because they're scratched or tarnished too much or
Exactly.
things like that. And you're making them beautiful.
Look at that beautiful box, jewelry box.
They might be very common items that, people don't
Mhm.
serve with those, you know, use them for their original intention, but now you're making them a beautiful
Oh, look at this
artifact.
bowl. Yeah, you're elevating them.
Yes,
You're
elevate.
bringing
That's a great idea.
such beauty to probably things people. And I think part of creating too is seeing the potential in things, right? So your whether you've thrifted them or from estate sales, like that to me is part of the creativity too, is to see that thing and the potential that it has, and then envisioning like, oh, I know what I want to do with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That box is beautiful, so beautiful. Isn't that funny? I've heard that from lots of people that they maybe view themselves as not creative, but then they discover it like later in life, or
Mm-hmm.
some experience, and then they're like, wow. And it's such a beautiful, like, eye-opening thing
Yeah. Yeah,
to.
honestly, I've been very upset with hearing people say, I'm not a crafter or things
Yes.
like that because I just think, well, that's unfortunate. That's really very limiting way of thinking. I think anybody can, if they want,
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And I really think there are different ways. Like, to me, I mean, I cook, I cook because, well, and my family would probably say, oh, you don't like to cook much. But I think there are so many things that to me are creative. Like, I think people that love to bake and
Mm-hmm.
cook, like, to me that's creative. People that love to
Mm-hmm.
decorate their homes or the outfits they put together. Like, there's so many. I
Yeah,
think people don't think of certain things as representing creativity.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
I think that was the other person. Oh, Carrie's not in the chat today, but I think that was Carrie the Paper Monkey. I think I've heard her say many multiple times on some of her videos, like, she never thought of herself as a creative person, and then she discovered junk journaling, and
Yeah.
it's been such a wonderful, like, thing, like a wonderful gift to
Mm-hmm.
have that discovery.
There's really something for everyone. There's unlimited amounts of
Mm-hmm.
media out there that you can go to. Materials, I should say. Yeah. Last year, my nephew wouldn't touch glue or Play-Doh. This year, he asks me every time he sees it. That's awesome. He's allowed himself to do that. That's
Oh, I
great.
love that.
Yeah. It was the right time. It wasn't the right time before, but now it is.
Yeah, I think I've shared with you guys my introduction to sort of teaching crafts or arts and crafts was when my children were younger. And, you know, a lot of the schools don't have a designated art anymore, you know, in the classrooms per
Yeah.
se. And we have a wonderful, what do I even want to call it? I guess it's like kind of an artist studio. And it's probably a program that's probably 30 years old now here in our community, but it's called Art at Your Fingertips. And it was designed to, you know, bring formal art back into the classrooms here in our town. And so all volunteer, so they bring artists in to come up with the projects. There would be 6 projects per school year, and just elementary school level, so or TK, like pre-K through 6th grade here. And then there would be 6 projects per year, and then you could volunteer to learn the art project, so be a docent, and then go back into your child or grandchild or whoever the volunteer is and teach the project to the classroom. So that was sort of my first introduction to teaching art. And more often than not, I was the only docent for the whole year. So more often than not, I taught all 6 projects. And I think there's kind of 2 parts to that. Part of that too is I think because a lot of people don't, you know, that same thing, they don't view themselves as being creative or artistic or creative. So I think that held people back of the thought of, even though you were given full instruction, you know, exactly.
You had materials.
Yeah, we would go to the art
ideas.
center and they would teach us as if we were the students. We would sit, we're the students, we're doing the project, and then we would take that and go back in, you know, into the classroom and teach the kids. And so I think that held a lot of people back from volunteering to do it because they didn't view themselves that way. And also it was a really, for me, very interesting dynamic because, you know, there would be sometimes 30 kids or, you know, close to 30 kids, just the different dynamic of the students and the children, those that were super free, you know, free with doing, and those that were like, oh, they would say, oh, you know, oh, Mrs. Lumpke, I can't do this. I can't do this, you know. So it was just interesting. And then there would be the kids, they would just totally go, they're not doing the project. They would just go on a different tangent. They would take all the supplies and just, you know, do their thing. And like all of it was super good. All of it was super good. But, you know, always try to spend a little bit of time with the kids that were, you know, kind of struggling through it. And I think because they didn't, you know, even though they were so little, they already had this kind of notion like, oh, I'm not going to be good at it, or I don't, or maybe they're perfectionists. I don't want to attempt to do it because it might,
because it's not going to look like that.
Well,
I can't do that. I can't make that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good. We had a similar art docent, as we just called it, the docent program, art docent program, and I did some of that, doing little different projects and lessons in the classroom. Volunteer, and we only had a small handful of people who were interested in doing it.
Yeah, I did it for both my children's classrooms, and I started in because both Taylor and Ryan did pre-K, and so I started in pre-K. So that's what, 6. So it's like 8 years, 8 years times 2 in both, you know, both classrooms. And 9 times out of 10, I was the only docent. Maybe some of the years I would maybe have one other parent or grandparent, you know, whatever the case may be, that would volunteer. Just really interesting.
Yeah. I
I am talking so much and not.
kind of miss being around little ones.
I loved it.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I loved it. In fact, I had contemplated going back and then going back to the other side of it and helping design projects. And maybe I'll do that. I don't feel like I have the time to devote to it now with doing YouTube, but I had thought about that. But again, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm confident enough in myself to do that. But designing the project, like that side,
Yeah.
that whole side of it. The designing for kids is probably a little bit different, definitely, than for adults.
Oh, sorry. Susie was leaving, I guess. Not feeling
Oh,
well.
I didn't see. I'm sorry. And my phone, what happened to my phone? Oh, I was in Instagram and then I totally took it off of YouTube. I wasn't even watching. Oh, bye, Susie. I hope you feel better. I hope you got some good feedback from your doctor. Feel better. Oh, that's so hard.
So I put a layer of the matte Mod Podge over my napkin, and now I regret it because it really washed down my image. So I went back and I outlined because I was trying to keep like the image of the chicken on the thing. So keep that in mind. You might not want to go over. It depends on your image. Like this one, I chose not to. I just left it the way it is. And it stays on just fine. So I went around with a little pen and just made some marks. Mark making, I guess, is what some other creators have called it. And with this, I just sort of outlined the chicken. I still don't love it, but it is what it is. And I outlined this little bird. I might end up with this one just kind of covering that because I'm not totally happy with that. But I added a little of the paper coffee dyed doily that I had there. See, just,
I wonder if you could, so is that just, yeah, you could probably even layer another piece of
another napkin on top.
Or I wonder.
Yeah, I thought
I
of
wonder.
that. But just to retain that image, I would have to line it up, right? I could probably do that. Let's see if I have another one. I mean, I didn't really care too much about that bird necessarily. I just had it. So, but it's amazing how lost it got when I went over with them.
When you went over it, yeah. Sometimes I do find that with the Mod Podge.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great? Nettie's saying that she's drinking her positive energy tea right now, and she said she didn't think save the envelopes, and I didn't either. Tell you,
yeah.
I love that.
I love this one. Is this what you have, Nettie? The Yogi Sweet Tangerine. I love this one. When I was house sitting, they had this over there, and I discovered it when I was over there. So, yeah, you can save it and have it be a little pocket for your little tea bag tag if you want. That's an option. Yeah, same one. Oh, good. Oh, funny coincidence. So I have this. It says, "Don't forget to fly." Maybe that should go on the chicken. Chickens don't fly.
They attempt to, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, they try.
They try to. We had
Try to get out of the way, or
yeah.
They can, I think, kind of jump up to something.
Yeah, to like save them.
Mm-hmm.
So if something is scaring them, or
yeah, you are enough.
Actually, we also had a little chicken when the kids were little. I think she
Did
used
you?
to. Yeah, her name. Oh my God, she was a funny girl. Her name was Maisie. Yeah,
Oh.
Jim brought her home. She was actually running. So the street that his where he works, the company, it's on a really heavily driven, like kind of industrial area
Mm-hmm.
street. It's kind of a thoroughfare. And she was loose running around in the middle
Oh.
of the street. And then
Oh.
one of his coworkers, like the guys at work, saw her and they caught her. And then of course Jim brings her home because he's like a big softie for any
Yes.
living being animal. And so here he comes home with this little chicken, and she was tiny. In fact, I guess she probably was full grown, but she was not very big, all black. And she laid the cutest little kind of bluish eggs, and they weren't very big. They were kind of like
Oh.
colored. And she was so funny. The funniest thing about her is she wanted to be a mama. I maybe have told this story. She wanted to be a mama so bad. So she would lay eggs and she wouldn't get off of them.
Oh my
She
goodness.
wouldn't eat. She wouldn't, I mean, she just sat on her eggs all day long. We'd have to, take them away so that she would get up and eat. And then sometimes she would
Do
you'd
something
see
else.
her run, like she'd run off the run off the eggs to go get food and then run back. She was so cute and funny.
Oh.
And then I don't remember why we ended up rehoming her. The cat that we had, which is he was the most amazing cat. And he would come outside and he'd just hang out with her. He was one of those cats,
Oh, I love that.
he just knew, he was so smart. He's like, no, she's one of the family. He never tried to get her or anything, but I can't remember why we ended up.
Yeah.
So one of the guys that worked with Jim, he had chickens, many chickens at his house. He also had roosters. And so we gave him Maisie, and then she became a mama because he had roosters, and he was the best baby hatcher. He just let her. He let her, and she probably sat on other chickens' eggs too.
That's what she wanted to do.
My mama, she had little babies, and she was so happy.
Oh, I love that.
Lived out her.
Oh my gosh!
It was the best thing. She was such a fun
Kathy says that's called brooding when they just get obsessed with.
Okay. She went she came to us that way. She just my God.
That's a great story. I love that too.
Cute little. I'm sure chickens don't live that long. I'm sure she has now passed because we had her when the kids were little. And then one time I even they were doing something at church, like assistant pastor. I don't know, whatever she was talking about, one Sunday, and she knew we had Maisie because, the kids did youth group or whatever. And she was like, would I be able to borrow? Oh no, I'm sorry. That's totally wrong. She borrowed our tortoise. I take that back. She didn't borrow Maisie.
It was a different creature.
But she borrowed, so she had Maisie. I mean, Pearl. She had Pearl, which was our tortoise.
Is it a Russian tortoise?
We believe, because that's another that came from a coworker of Jim's. I think she's a desert. A desert. Yeah. That was, so they had a tortoise that they inherited from the husband's mom, and Pearl was out in their front yard, and his wife just assumed it was their tortoise and picked her up and put her in the backyard.
Oh my goodness.
And then come to find it a couple days later, they're like, wait, why do we have two tortoises in the backyard? and then they realized what had happened. And then they put signs up all around the neighborhood, everywhere. And nobody, nobody claimed her. Nobody reported, next door, anything.
Yeah.
And so again, they were like to Jim, do you want a tortoise? Do you want, like, do the kids like it? Yeah. So then,
Oh, funny.
and then he comes home with her, and we still have her. We have her. They live a very long time, though. They live like 100 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least, yeah, I heard 50, but for
Yeah.
the one that we have, but.
Well, we're guessing and we've had her now for a long time. We're guessing she's probably 30-ish years old, just because they know, she was the same size as the one that they inherited from their mom, and she was about 30 years old. So we're guessing he's probably, so that was probably, gosh, at least 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one for today. Creativity takes courage.
Oh, that's a perfect one. Oh, did you have chickens too, Amy? We did at my grandparents'. They had built a chicken coop. So we had them when I was little too. Like, we all had one. Like my mom, like we got chicks. Like my Nana and Papa had theirs, and we each had a chicken and got to name it. My stepdad had one, and my mom. So funny.
Yeah, the tortoises. We used to, the old tortoise that we had, unfortunately, that one didn't last 50 years. Something was wrong with it. It was probably, hopefully it wasn't anything we did. But we used to have a yard with grass, and we let it go out there and, keep an eye on it. Well, if you didn't keep an eye on it, it would suddenly be gone, because they find their way to either some deep grass or some dirt, and they just blend right in, and they do move a lot faster than you would think.
They're very quick. Mm-hmm. She's super, much quicker than you would think. She's incredibly strong. She's incredibly smart. Yes. And I'm sure that's how she probably escaped. Actually, she just came out of hibernation a couple of days ago, which I was very surprised at. It was a kind of a warmer day, and I went out to take the trash out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. She was over by the trash cans, but I gave her something to eat, and she didn't want to eat, so I think she's not quite. I think she just kind of came out that day. But so we have one of our like, what am I going to say? Like, what do I call it? Like door, like coming into the yard, one of the gates, it slides, and she knows that it slides, and she knows how to open it.
Oh, wow.
And she will open it. She knows how to push it and open it. It's on rollers. So Jim had to make this like special thing out of metal, like a pin that we put in it. Because she will literally open it, and out she goes, and she always walks up the street, up the hill. She never walks down. And the bad thing is, she always then will go to a neighbor's house 2 doors away, and she goes under their cars. Really bad, like very bad, like you could just imagine, right?
Wow. She has a routine, and so you kind of know what she's up to.
Yeah. And I think we've guessed it's probably like mating kind of season, because usually she's just chill. She kind of hangs out. I mean, she has full reign of our whole backyard, but she kind of hangs out. She has like a summer home. She has a burrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Really deep burrow that's dug under like a big sage bush in the backyard. So that's kind of her summer. That's where she hangs out in the summer. And then we have another place that we keep her when she's hibernating, that's close to the house. And but then she just gets really crazy, maybe a couple times a year, and she just wants out of the yard. And she'll walk the whole perimeter of the yard. She just paces, she walks. She's like, I'm gonna get out.
Wow.
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna do, she's just, it's like
Yeah.
she's
They like to go and explore,
obsessed.
don't they?
Oh my gosh, she just gets crazy obsessed with trying to escape. So we have to be very careful, but she's a funny girl too. So you wouldn't think, I mean, she's so smart. Just the fact that, and usually like she'll be in her burrow, and when we had that, not the really heavy rain this last time, but we had kind of a lighter, maybe a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and then Jim went out to go check on her. She was so smart. She had actually gone from her summer burrow to the other one that's next to the house, like the wooden thing that Jim, she went there her own self.
Wow.
She was all covered with mud, but she, like, that's right. How smart is that?
Yeah.
To know, like, okay, I'm out of here. It's raining.
Yeah.
I'm out of my hole. And she was in her nice little rock, little wood covered little house thing that Jim built for her. He's like, yeah. She did it all. I didn't even have to get her out. She's already in there. I'm like, oh my God. So funny girl.
Well, our little Russian tortoise lives in a little terrarium in our John's boys room. And because I think it'd be far too wet here for to live outside.
Yeah, we are
drier there.
A lot drier, than you are.
I only realize that when I'm traveling and my skin gets so dry. I'm like, wow, I don't realize how much the humidity that we have really, really helps hydrate your skin.
It's very dry here.
Yeah.
And I always have had drier skin.
Even in Minneapolis, I was surprised. It's so dry there too. My skin just maybe it's just being indoors with all the heat. That could be.
Oh, that could be too. Yeah, heaters are kind of drying, huh?
Yeah, dries your skin out. But I never use lotion as much as I do now when I'm traveling. So don't use it much at home.
I use a ton. I'm like a sponge. I'm like I'm such dry skin.
Yeah.
Although it served me well when I had the hand stamp business, because I was working with like copper and metals and stuff. And because I don't have like the oils that like Jim's hands are like, has much more natural oils in his skin. And so I could like touch things as I was finishing and, putting the finishing waxes and stuff. And everything would stay really nice. And I always tell Jim, don't touch it. Like, I'm already like, I've already finished it and it's ready to be packaged. Because I would always be like, don't touch it. Because then, he just that you don't realize like the oils in your skin.
Yes. Yeah.
With your eyes, don't touch.
That's funny. Kathy said, is her name Dora? I think she was meaning your tortoise.
Oh, her name's Pearl. And that's actually what my other business is, Pearly Girl. That's how we came up with the name, because we always call her Pearly Girl. So that's how that business name.
Maybe she was thinking of Dora, the fish from the Disney movie.
Yeah.
Who was always, I don't know. She was always forgetting where she was.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, her name is
Pearl. That's so
Pearl. Which is kind of funny because she, she's all craggly looking.
Yeah. A sweet feminine name, Pearl.
Yeah. And one of her eyes is damaged. She can't open one of her eyes to even pile. I don't know. I think she's adorable, but
yeah. Oh yeah, give her a second story, or that'd be cool, so she can climb up in the terrarium. Yeah, give her a whole nother, more square footage.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that idea, John. That just a couple 2x4s or something, maybe. I don't know. As long as they're not treated with anything, they're natural wood.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm just gonna run across to my new twine drawer.
Oh, your twine drawer! I love it. Julie has a twine drawer. I think I'm ready for a new pet, honey.
Like a different pet?
It's been a while. We lost Macy, my soulmate cat, a year ago almost now. It's been 11 months. And so that was hard. And I think maybe I'm ready for something. I don't know. I want some sort of like a little dog that I can take around with me, I think. A little dog.
Like that you could travel with it, or
yeah, like an emotional support dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe I'd actually get it certified. We'll see. I don't know the process, but a fish. No, I don't want a fish, honey.
You want something you can cuddle with.
John wants a basset hound, and I just think that's too much dog for
too big
for our life. But he's always been in love with basset hounds.
They are cute.
If we had a yard and stuff, maybe a cockatiel. Kathy's. Oh, that would be great for you, Kathy. Yes.
They're really smart too, aren't they? Or are they not? Cockatiels. I feel like bigger birds are.
We might, John. We might. Do you want to make us both? Since I'm really not.
Oh, do you want me to make?
Yeah, let's make us equal. Yes.
Do we like that or this? Like that?
Either way works for me. Whatever you like.
I'm talking more than I am.
I love it. Don't you love it? That's one thing when I've done crafting lives by myself, I feel a little bit like the chat's there, but I don't have someone to really interact with.
Yeah,
I like it.
I definitely like having the company. But I will say, if I'm doing a project that's like a lot of steps and details, I probably would never get through it. Because I'd be talking.
Well, yes, there's that.
Talking so much.
There's that.
Yeah. But
what else can I do?
Well, are you going to? You're going to start doing something, right? You're going to start.
Oh yeah, I really do want to do a weekly craft live where, similar to what Helen was doing with the Crafty Friday.
Yes.
Have people come on when they want, kind of an open house kind of setup.
In whatever craft of their.
Yeah, whatever they're working on, they can bring it. Mm-hmm.
I love that. That was really nice. When Helen was doing it, I think it would be nice to have that again.
Yeah, and it gives you, or for me, organizing it would give me a set time where I'm sitting down and kind of a schedule, which I'm kind of lacking sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think would be good for me. And I do like to see what other people are working on and get the creative juices flowing, as it were.
I think it's a very good idea. What day are you thinking of doing it, or you haven't?
I've always been drawn to Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, yeah.
But it could really be any time. What are you doing? Are you doing some corner?
Well, I made, so I had this one that was a square. So it was, well, no, I guess this one has a string, but it was just one of the squares that didn't have the little tab. and then I folded it, and because I like that shape.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went to go grab the twine, and I made a little end here, but
Oh, so were you just using papers that were cut to the shape of a tea bag? Is that what you have?
no, I did. So yeah, so these two, I haven't eaten them yet, but these I actually did on an actual tea bag.
Oh, okay. It wasn't
Like
actually.
it had that, like the ones you have there.
It's just whiter than mine. Mine were
Yeah.
more stained looking.
And then I just put little book page, so I don't. They're
Oh, I
probably
love that.
not quite done, because I do want to come and ink them. Although I will say
Yeah.
this chick doesn't show up as well. Like far away, it looks a little blobby versus the bunny.
Yeah,
Really
the contrast is there with the bunny, but not
right. So
yeah.
maybe like what you did, maybe I have to come around. But also sometimes, with the napkins, they pop on a white background more too.
Yeah. That's
And
definitely what happened at mine with mine getting lost.
Yeah. So it's kind of lost. And then I just did book pages on the end. And then this one was a square that didn't have, so I just cut. I cut it. So I cut because it was a square. So I just cut and then cut it this way. Or no, I think I folded it. And then Mod Podge it down, just folded the corners to get that sort of cut tag.
Yeah.
And then I just made a little this thing. But now I'm having a problem because it's really cut strangely. When you start cutting stuff and then you have to cut more.
Yes.
More. And you can't straighten it up. So now I was trying to make it work with this, but
I've been trying to challenge myself to get out these jelly roll white markers. Remember with the fodder, that whole thing? They were using the white and the black. And so I bought some of these and I haven't been able to use them. So I'm challenging myself.
Oh, that's a good thing to use them for. Yeah, I don't grab mine as often as I should. I go into waves where I'm like, it's like I stick with the same thing sometimes. I keep grabbing the same papers. I get in ruts.
Yes.
And I forget I have them. Then I'll get like, the white gel pen. And then I use it. I bet it's going to look so beautiful on there.
Yeah, it's helping a little bit. I don't know. It's adding a little something.
I had a terrible thing happen. I lost my pin to my
oh no, the
my
glue.
art glitter. And so I didn't know if they were stainless steel. This is the first time this ever happened. I grabbed one that's in that little, that little box of pins I've been using for the ribbon project. And so I put one of those in. And then last night, because I was so excited to do something with these napkins. And so I grabbed my glue and I, squirted it out, and it was all brown.
Oh,
and it kept being that way for quite a while. So now I have an issue.
Well, you had an opportunity. You had brown glue.
Exactly. Wow. It rusted it. And that, I feel like it wasn't in there very long before it started that whole rusty process.
Funny.
And it kind of ruined. Well, I ended up kind of gluing that, but you don't necessarily want to have rusty looking brown glue on
not always
that you're doing. So I was like, but it took me a minute. I was like, what is going on? Why is that happening? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the pin. It's the pin.
Yeah, Amy said maybe a gold edge can help. I think it was when we were talking about the chick not standing out.
Right? Oh, okay. I'm going to try that. I'm going to ink because I have a gold pen.
Yeah, I think gold is a good idea because initially I thought, well, black, you don't want to use that. It's going to be too much. Then maybe white.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
Amy, I saw what you wanted to say. I saw what you said. I'd love to have you pop in and do that.
Yes.
Be with us. You're going to Florida. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like that. I did that white around the petals. It really popped the flower out. I like that.
Amy, have you looked at did you look at the message I sent you on Instagram where I messaged you back? If you haven't, look at that because there's something else. And then I got super sidetracked. Once you see that message, you'll probably understand. I got sidetracked with posting for Third Thursdays too, since I have your attention. Yeah, look at that. And then that will make sense of why I didn't do the other thing I said I was going to do, but I'll get back to it. How many do you think you'll do, just like a group of people on your Tuesday or whatever?
Yeah, I think, as many as want to. I'm trying to remember if with StreamYard, if there's a limit. I think it's like 6 or something, maybe 10. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked, but yeah, I could just put it out to whoever. I kind of tried to do it, but I wasn't super organized with my communication before. And I also was still struggling with feeling well. So
yes,
I think that I'm probably in a better position to make a good go of it this time.
Yeah, you're on the getting to the good positive side of things.
I think I'll use probably an existing Instagram group and maybe just
doesn't feel like too. Well, you could use the crafty chat one. I mean the
vintage craft and chat. Okay, that would be great because there's plenty of people there. I'm sure that would. And if there's anyone who's not in that group, we could
yes.
Can
we put StreamYard? Can you put StreamYard links in there? Yeah, right?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess that would be the one.
Yes, I've done that with
right?
Kathy and Sabrina. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna move this out of the way.
I know we're getting lots of groups all little tangent.
Well, yeah, sometimes I don't go back far enough to see, what I've missed in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to sort through, or sometimes multiple conversations. So, and I'm not that comfortable with, I'm not completely fluent in Instagram.
Me either.
So that trips me up all the time.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many parts and I just don't. I understand very rudimentary. Hi, honey. Like all the kids are home from school now.
Hi, kids.
Yeah, Taylor came home a while ago.
That time.
Yeah, I don't. In fact, I said to Taylor the other day, I was saying that one of the downfalls is you can't put, or at least I can put YouTube links in the chats on Instagram, but I don't think you can put YouTube links in like regular posts, right? But then she said she thinks you can if you have a certain number of I don't even know if they're called followers, whatever the people following your page.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to look into that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? You can? Because I'm always like, link in bio. I always feel like I'm posting, for whatever, Thursdays that this is happening. This is what we're doing. But it would be nice to put a link in on, whatever, on a post on the page rather than having to say, go look, go look in the bio or whatever. Sometimes I just don't even put that anymore because I'm like a mouthful.
Yeah. I don't know. We do what we can. We learn eventually, and you know, we're not, as far as learning these apps, we'll do what we can with it. What should I work on?
Amy says IG is easier than TikTok. I have never even been on TikTok. I don't even know.
That's
I don't
probably a
know
good
how to
thing.
use it. I've never set up a thing on it. I don't know.
It's a lot, in my opinion. A lot. I don't try to post on there. I do look at things on there. Mostly because my older daughter, Maddie, she started posting content about the WNBA, and which is something of interest to her. And also she uses her math PhD work that she's doing to do data graphs and things about in content relating to WNBA. And Matt, you know, uses her math to figure out different questions, I guess, or problems or things like that. Anyway, it's very entertaining and interesting if you're interested in that kind of in sports. So
she also she's on YouTube too, right? Or no, just TikTok
for that reason. But yes, then she started being on YouTube, and she's also posting on Instagram now too. Same content. But that got me started with TikTok in the first place. I had no interest in it at one point in time, and then now I'm kind of, no, I'm not going to say consumed with it, but I definitely look at it on the daily, and easy to get wrapped up in things on that.
Yeah, I can get easily sidetracked with things.
Mm-hmm.
So my gold, I have these gold acrylic markers. I think they're too thick. I did a little test on the napkin.
Not fine tipped enough.
Yeah, I think I need something that's, so I guess I need to be in the market for a gold marker or something that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, let me test this white gel one and see. I might use the white. Yeah, also Facebook, I feel like I've never understood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not.
I canceled Facebook a while ago. I was fed up. So I'm Facebook free.
Yeah, I know. I only go on there like to post and I haven't posted anything for to sell in the marketplace for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I go on there.
That's what I miss is the place. Yeah.
I don't understand it. I
do buy nothing. I started doing that on Facebook, buy nothing group. But now they have their own app. So you don't have to do it on Facebook. So what I do there is, or what I did do there when I lived in Ballard in Seattle, which is very, I don't know. It seems like a very Seattle thing to do to me. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably in other cities, but where you're just basically posting, I have this thing that I don't need and I'm going to give to somebody who wants it in the community. And then basically people who are interested post that they're interested, and you just, give them a place to pick it up, and you don't have, like, they can pick it up off your porch or whatever.
Yeah, like a porch pickup. I think there's one on Facebook that's like local to our city, and it's, something moms, and it's a lot of like kids stuff, which is great, right? Because the kids they grow out of their clothes and toys and uniform, sports uniforms, all kinds of stuff. And that one is, I don't even know why I joined it because my kids were older at the time, but it seems to be more younger kids stuff, but that's really addictive. I mean,
sure, there's
it's gobbled up super quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're looking for something in particular, you can type it in the chat. Like I think during the early parts of the pandemic, I was wanting to make kombucha. And so I wanted the kombucha mother, and people were sharing that on,
Oh,
on,
that's nice.
on Buy Nothing groups, neighborhood groups. And so I was able to get like a sourdough starter and, different things like that. People just, I got some really great things, some towels, and I also gave a lot of things too. It's just a community trading kind of idea.
Oh, wow. I'll have to look.
Yeah, they're really great. So I just got signed up for the one here in the new neighborhood where I live, and we'll see how that goes. Because we got a package delivered here. It was basically, infant formula from the company. You know how when you have a baby, sometimes
Oh,
you're
yes, like the little
right?
welcome packet.
So it was delivered here, a whole box of these samples and coupons and things like that, all sealed up. And it was delivered, and we're like, this isn't us. It was delivered to somebody's name that never lived here that we know of. But it's our address. So we called UPS and we said, we got this package. It was our address, but we don't know this person. And they said, well, we're not going to, we could take it back, or you can just do something with it. Right.
Yeah.
So I ended up going on the Buy Nothing group and posting it and see if anybody can use it rather than just throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, that's such an awesome thing.
Considering how much infant formula costs.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to do formula for Taylor because she was born so premature.
Oh, really?
We had to do like a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's very pricey. And that's, 20 plus years ago. That's a long time ago. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine what it costs now.
Right.
Well, the white is working well. I think it's just really changing the look, but I think I kind of like it. But now I feel like I have to outline everything.
Yeah. Well, go with what you think.
Yeah.
Works. Yeah.
Do they have, Amy would know, do they have jelly roll that, I only have this white one, which I think Taylor gave it to me. It's probably hers. Of course, she's in the kitchen, but she has her head things on. Honey, do they have these jelly roll pins in other colors?
Yeah, they have them in a ton of colors.
Oh, they do in a ton?
They have them in glittery.
That's when I need like glitter. What?
They come in a ton of colors.
So she's.
At my school right now.
Oh, they do? Will you get me a gold one? Wonder how much they are. She says they sell them at school.
Ah.
So she said you could get metallics, you could get iridescents, you could get puffy, you could get every color imaginable.
Does she have any tips for these were new pens, but for some reason one of it just doesn't work? Is there a tip like heat, like the lighter trick?
That has happened with this white jelly roll.
Yeah.
It's happened multiple times. Like if I've, tried to do it over, and I can't even say what it is. I tried to draw over, but it's happened a bunch. So then I just, you almost have to just like scribble on something to clean it off.
All freed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I bought this set that has a couple different sizes. It has like this 10, the 05, and then this one is the 08. And for some reason, the 08
okay, mine's an 08.
Doesn't flow.
Oh, Brett is saying they're super affordable. Hi, Brett. They're super affordable depending where you get them.
Okay.
So I'll have to look. Taylor, they're probably in the student store, but they might be how much? $2.99. She says she thinks $2.99. Well,
I got this pack of them because I wanted a few different sizes. So, glass of warm water. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Glass of warm water.
I'm going to go get a glass of warm water right now because I want to try. And then when you store them, because I was storing them, this way, and I thought maybe that was why. So then I started storing them horizontally instead because I was worried that.
Oh, and Joanne sold them, and Michael's has big packs. Okay. Yeah, Taylor just said too. One of the friends here said packs. Yeah. I never even knew this existed till Taylor gave me this one. Well, I'll have to do a price excursion comparison. I think I'd like black, definitely metallics. I'd love to have because I love these acrylic markers that are, and I use the gold most often, but I like these colors too. But these are probably, well, actually the gold I use the most. I've used the silver a little bit. So I'd love to find the jelly in those. Is everybody's Joanne's closing down? I feel like I need to go see if ours is closing because I've seen a lot of people posting that they're starting to discount their prices. I'm almost done outlining this. See, and actually it's kind of doing it with this. So maybe it's like Mod Podge glue stuff that does it. Because this is kind of doing it too. Oh, they just had 20%. That's not very much, huh? 20% off, and you didn't buy anything. I don't think I bought anything the last many. I don't go to the craft stores very often. But I haven't bought anything, I don't think, from Joann's in a while. They don't, ooh, that's brown coming out. Their inventory isn't that great anymore of whatever I'm looking for.
I'm heating up some water because the tap water takes so long to get warm.
Ours does too. Yeah. Well, I don't know if everybody can see.
Oh,
so
that's cute.
That's cute, right?
Yes.
Although it looks cuter close up. I don't know in person. It's still little, but I think it's better.
I love it.
It's definitely an improvement.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't realize, when you're doing it to put like white on, like probably a lot of us tend to grab black or, you know what I mean? And you don't realize, like, then when you do it, you're like, wow, white is so cool. It has such a cool look to it. Oh, Nettie, you lost your Joann's a few years ago? Wow. Yeah, same, Amy. I mostly get mine from thrift stores. Although I did go to Daiso. I did hit up Daiso recently. I need to do a little haul video on what I got at Daiso. Ooh, maybe I'll outline this one a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of cute.
All right, got some water finally. It's the 8. We'll soak it for a little bit. I want to see if that works.
Ugh, apparently none of my pins are stainless steel. Can't believe that. I lost it.
Daiso is a Japanese, I think, dollar store.
Yes, they are.
DAISO.
Yeah, DAISO. They're Japanese, and they are. What is Dollar Tree? Is it $1.25? It's Dollar Tree. I think Daiso. Let me see if I have. I want to say they're $1.55. Let me see if I have. No, they're more. Here's my receipt. They're $1.75.
Ah, okay.
Is their cheapest. But then some things are more. Like I had bought the little package of candy for Taylor, part of her Valentine stuff, and that was $2.75 for high chews. If you guys are
so maybe calling it a dollar store isn't appropriate anymore.
But I would say most of it's probably like the $1.75. But you know how the dollar store now has like the $5 whatever.
Yeah.
What else? What was this? Something else I bought was $2. Oh, I bought like a pack of paper, like for like not ledger, but like a graph paper. So that's interesting. That was $2. I don't know that was a great deal. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it. But it is a little hard because nothing is priced. And then you have to look on this board and it'll say what the prices are, but so you have to be, you know how sometimes you're not good at picking up when something's in another language, you know what I mean? Like picking it up really quick. So I'm like, have to look at the package and then look at the sign, and it's not intuitive.
Yeah, it's fun. Definitely a fun place to walk around. When I was visiting Bridget in December, when we were down there, I think we were, oh my gosh, where were we? We're someplace close to Altadena.
Okay.
It's not Yorba Linda. It's something like that. No, it's La Canada or something like that.
La Cañada. La Cañada. I love
La
that.
Cañada. That's where we were.
Beautiful there. Oh,
and we went to we went to the Daiso there in a coffee shop.
Yeah, it's a really, like, you just go crazy. I was being very kind of picky with what I picked up, but they have a lot of, stickers and washi, and they have a lot of like character, like, what is that, Taylor? The Japanese at Daiso? Oh, she's not listening. I can see her, but her headphones are on. She's listening to something on YouTube. She's cooking and has her headphones on. They have like a lot of really cute, like Japanese, like, probably like Hello Kitty, like the stuff like that.
Yeah, really, like little character things.
Yeah, and then they have like kitchenware, right? They have all like the kitchen-y stuff, and like garden stuff. Yeah, utilitarian. Like some snacks and candy. Beauty. They have like an aisle that's like like beauty stuff. It's really fun to go to if you find you have one, Amy. I miss Tuesday mornings too.
Take a friend.
Oh my gosh.
Take a friend with you.
Yes.
Right.
Same, Nettie. Ours we have 2 Daisos that are fairly close, and one is next to Tokyo Central. I think that's what it's called, Tokyo. So it's next to like a Japanese grocery store. But we have so many because we have a really large, we have a lot of Japanese people that live here in the South Bay. Really big community of Japanese people. So I think we have a lot of, restaurants and a lot of great supermarkets. And so I think that's why we have so many Daiso. And even sometimes, like our bigger Tokyo Central, they don't anymore. We always call it the Japanese store. This is what we used to call it when the kids were little, and we go with my mother-in-law. I don't. It would never have, even if the name changed, it's always the Japanese store.
Yeah.
So we called it like the big supermarket, like 2-story. Big, and they used to have super cute, like little stationery and like washi paper, just like really cute stuff when the kids were little. It was so fun just to even find fun things there. And then they kind of stopped. Doing that.
They stopped having that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Is it called what? No, what is that? Like the origami paper, with the like Japanese. Oh my gosh, so beautiful with the pretty prints and everything.
That would work well on here too. Origami paper for the tag.
It would. Because it's nice and thin. Oh my gosh, that would be so. I would like to do like a Japanese. I keep saying I'm going to do a Japanese journal, but I have not yet. But I've been kind of gathering stuff. I love Sawtell, Nettie. We love going over there. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, we haven't been in a long time. Those restaurants and my favorite, they have so many good restaurants. Have you had those? I don't even know what it is. It's like a dessert stand where you get the like crepe things, and it has it's like a cream or something they put in it. Like, what is the cream they put inside eclairs? You know that? And then you could get like
pastry cream. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Now I need to go over there. Yeah, I think they have kind of Daiso, and they have such a cute little shop there. Yeah, we're really lucky. We have a lot.
Mm-hmm. We have quite a few things like that around here too. Lots of
They look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then of course, like downtown LA, we have Little Tokyo and
Koreatown.
Yeah, Koreatown and Alvera Street. Like very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool places to go. It's so good. Maybe it's better to stay away from them, Nettie. They're like, it's so decadent. It's like a decadent. Usually we go over there like if it's somebody's birthday, a kid's birthday or something. Like they pick to do like birthday dinner there, and it's fun.
That's neat.
Well, I'm kind of scared to do white around the rest. I think the others I'm going to leave. I do have little edges that are lifting.
Yeah, stick that little.
But of course now it's brownish because of the pin. It's annoying.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I can't seem to get this pen to go, and that was brand new. I don't know what I did to it. Now, does it have water inside it? I don't know.
Oh, maybe it. Yeah, that's annoying, especially when you have like a whole pack.
It was brand new. Well, let me give it a little bit more time. It seems like in the water, some of the ink is coming out.
Okay, so that's a positive.
The ball looks like it's still at the end, so it hasn't, been pushed up, I don't think. Let me compare it to the other one. Yeah, it looks the same. Anyway, I don't mean to take up a bunch of time on my pen problem.
Well, it's probably something we'll all come across, and they'll say, "Yeah, I remember when LeAnne had that problem." Okay, and Brett suggested to do that.
I don't know if I've heard of Sawtell. I'll have to check that out next time I'm down that way.
It's by I don't even know. It's by well, it's probably not too far from Nettie. Okay.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
said
20. Yeah, so Nettie's in Santa Monica, and it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty close to Bridget.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, it's definitely like, fun to go for dinner, and walk around. And they have a lot of cute little boutiques and just like little shops. And then you could a lot of like little dessert places too. So you could like eat and then walk around and, look for a little place to get dessert or get coffee or on the west side. Yep, that's it. Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, definitely a fun place.
We went to Santa Monica on Christmas Day, Bridget and I, in our tank tops and took pictures. And I was like, this is heaven.
Right? Yeah, being in the warm Christmas
By
Day.
the beach. Yeah.
I used to go over there a lot, probably pre-kids. I used to like to go to Santa Monica and walk around in the shops and stuff. That's another place. There's so many places around Los Angeles to go. I forget about.
Yeah, there's so many.
Get out and about as much.
Well, when I was visiting you, you took me out to a place I hadn't been before, out up the coast.
Yeah, wasn't that it's so pretty over there?
Yeah.
It's very pretty and relaxing. That's kind of my go-to when people come to visit because it's nice.
That was lovely.
Yeah. It's a nice, relaxing
This pen just
vibe to it. It's still not. I'm going to try to do this.
It just might not be in, might have to toss it. So this one works okay. This one is the 10. And the one I was using, the 505. Looks pretty.
Is it the smaller the number, the finer the tip?
I think so.
I never know.
Yeah.
Ooh, what time is it? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow, we've been on a long time.
Yeah, this one I just glued the napkin with a glue stick, and I'm okay with that.
I like that. Let me see if I can grab that bunny. I think it'll end up in next week's project, but let me see if I can grab it. That's what I did. I just glued and I used glue stick onto, I can grab it, onto just a piece of cardstock.
Yeah.
And then look at that. It's great.
Yeah.
So basically you just make a little die cut.
Yeah, that's.
You would never know that's napkin necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And you just do a little fussy cut with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Amy, I will try that. Rubbing alcohol. Maybe that'll work. That's my next try.
I know, Nettie. It's almost like you could pick like one place per week or one place per weekend.
Yeah.
And go explore. There really is. Even, I mean, there's places I'm sure I haven't even seen that are like super, super close by where we live, like things that are within, 20 minutes or something that I've never been. I'm homebody-ish, so that's probably why.
Yeah, you can explore in your own backyard virtually, and I was thinking of that too when I was down in Seattle for an appointment in the city. I was real close to where I really lived for 20 something years, but I was seeing things differently. Not only were there new things to see, I was just seeing things differently because I wasn't more. And yeah.
Let's see. Warm water. Brett says warm water is a pen industry standard solution, but I have eventually gave up on the occasional full pen.
Yeah, thanks for the
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Brett. Giving me permission to give up on it eventually if I
Right. Yeah.
try all the
Sometimes we
things.
need that permission.
But I appreciate that a lot.
That's a very good reminder.
I don't know. The gel pen might be a different animal altogether. I don't know. Don't have a lot of experience with the gel pens. So this one, I just put a little bit of this parchment type paper on the back, and it's still pretty flexible. I could probably go with something more rigid, but
Yeah, usually I do like well, of course the bunny I will glue it down to something eventually. So I'm not looking for it to be too rigid, but yeah. Sometimes when you put that extra piece of paper on the back,
yeah.
it'll make it
Like
that's
that
so
kitty.
cute. That's so cute.
Well, I have a full pack of them, so I could do some napkin swapping.
I love the 80s.
Yeah, it definitely has that 80s vibe.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do like a IG chat or something.
Yeah.
And pull all of our napkins out. LeAnne.
Yeah.
You want this one, this one, this one? Well, I feel like I kind of know what you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make your own decision on it.
Ooh, have you tried, Amy's asking, have you tried putting watercolor on the tea bags?
No,
Ooh.
that's a nice idea.
Really cool. So this one, because I just ripped out the bunny by itself and then this little green branch and then the little rose over here. So I decoupaged it on a piece of, so not quite watercoloring, but I mean, not watercoloring the tea bag itself, but I had this piece of watercolor dictionary page. And so that's what I used.
I love that.
For the background. And it was nice because it didn't like what's the word? Constitute. That's not the right word. But it didn't, putting the Mod Podge on it didn't make it kind of get
lost.
Yeah, lost.
I love that.
Yeah, it looks cute, huh? I haven't done that before. So.
It's a little bit of color without too much. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think probably, I don't know, sometime maybe next month, I think I want to just have maybe one of our Thursdays, just regular vintage craft and chat, and then just paint background pages. I think would be fun.
Yes.
Just, get watercolors out and acrylic paints and things, and then just have fun making background papers, because I have like this book and I just keep all, so it's nice when you already have them. Like I would like to do gesso, like have some gesso pages, because I like how you
would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can just, mark making, and then just have them at the ready. Like this would be another.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
Like pretty background paper. So I think we'll probably do that 1 week, because it's just nice to, and then I rip it and I just keep all these little pieces in here and I can just keep using them for collaging or whatever. This one I must have made like page protector, hold tabs or whatever.
Oh yeah. Cut out the circles. Yeah.
Yeah. But even these like little tiny pieces, which probably crazy saving those.
Well.
But I mean, look, I've like cut little,
I
think we'll be doing that 1 week too.
That's a great project. And I love having that kind of thing at the ready so that you can just take it into your project, whatever you're working on.
Right. Because if you're like, maybe this would look cool. Like you're probably not apt to jump up, get your paint, wait for it to dry, that whole thing. So I think having it at the ready, I think will be good for us. And then we can, pull things for other projects or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it a ton easier. Well, I think I'm going to go check in on the kids or maybe eat whatever they're cooking. No.
Yeah.
See if there's any extra for lunch.
Yeah, it's about time for lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, like a late lunch. All right, I'm going to switch to our faces. Let's see here. Where's my thing? And then we can, let's see here. There we go. There we go. There we are.
Here we are.
This was so fun.
Yes.
I so appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me in my, kind of here's my stuff and I'm going off on a tangent and I appreciate you.
I love this. I'm going to be making, these are not the only ones. I'm going to be making more of these. I feel like this is one of those you get a little obsessive with it.
Well, and you can throw this in a card that you're sending to somebody for their birthday or, and they can use it for a bookmark and write a little sentiment, put it in your junk journal. There's
so many. I mean, even the little tags that I make for my Etsy orders, I grab those out all the time. Tie them on little gift bags for friends or family.
Yeah, gift tags. Yeah.
Right? Yes. That's like that's like my go-to. Okay. That makes, and having things like this at the ready, it just makes your package look so cute too.
A nice little touch.
Let me see.
Initially, now it smells like glue. And
yeah, it does. It smells like, I don't even know. Let's see what these.
Kind of must.
These still do. So when they're like this, but I think once you put the Mod Podge on it.
But I like the idea of a scented gift tag. Maybe you could put some essential oil on it.
Oh, I wonder. Yeah, if you did essential oil.
Probably on the string, it would absorb on the string. You could put some peppermint oil.
That would be cute. Be so cute if you did, like a gift for a friend. You could have like, this your little gift tag and a little box of tea and some cute little tea towels and stuff. That would be.
Try leaving the tea inside. Yeah, why not?
Especially if you're doing all that real grungy stuff. And I really want to try the idea of putting something inside, like a little vintage image or a photo or something cool would be really cool. That's like another thing to explore. Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Friend. This was so fun. This was a perfect way to kick off Third Thursday. And I'm sure it won't be the only one. I'm going to kind of open it up. And actually Debbie will be on next month, My Vagabond Style. And she is going to be helping myself because I feel like I'm a little collage. I'm a little, what's the word? I don't even know what the word is. I have difficulty opening up with the whole collaging with magazine process. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to become freer with and be more confident with. So that's what we will be doing.
I'm so excited about that idea because I am in that boat too. So I will be watching.
Exactly. So that'll be next month. And then I'll open it up to other creators. And then I'm sure we can just keep, cycling back around. So probably be many opportunities to just keep it going. That's kind of my thought with it anyway.
I love tapping into our crafty community here.
Exactly.
Just experiencing that joy of crafting together.
Exactly. It's a whole new experience. And I probably wouldn't have sat down to do this and discovered how much I love doing it. So that's the wonderful part of it. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you, LeAnne. And I hope everybody that is in the chat and was with us today, wish you a happy day. And anybody that's watching in the replay, if you have any questions and you're watching the replay, just leave a comment below. And LeAnne, myself, we will get back to you and answer your questions. And make sure, oh, I was so bad. I did it at the beginning. Let me do it one more time quickly. Be sure if you're not subscribed to LeAnne, make sure you're subscribed to her YouTube channel.
Thank you.
So slow. Her link is down below too.
Yeah,
I'd like to put it in one more time if I can find it. And the link to her video that is a more succinct tutorial on how to make these cute little tea bag tags. That is also linked below too. So be sure to watch that and look out for possibly the Tuesdays that LeAnne is doing. Which
Yes,
kind of fun.
lives on Tuesdays would be fun. Mm-hmm.
Why is it saying that? Paste, autofill. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me try it again. Oh, you know what? I think I wasn't like clicked on your page when I did the little circles. There we go. Copy link. Here we go. Paste, and there it is. I'm so slow with things. Okay, there's LeAnne's link. And yeah. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We love you all, and we will see you. I will see you next Thursday. Bye, friends. Bye.